BNS Channel. I'm gonna have to take a chance because the sun is awfully bright this morning. I am not gonna complain about it one bit. However, my recording studio is being affected with the light. So I know you can hear me. That's the important part. I am heading to an event today, which is, it's basically a fundraiser. However, it's being done a little bit different than some fundraisers that I have been part of. There's a hitchhiker. Does he think that I'm going to pick him up? Probably not. Boy, that felt weird. Have you ever done, and you know what, out here we don't get many people that are like hitchhiking. That makes me uncomfortable, especially since what we just went through. However, I feel bad because this man needs to walk at least 30 miles to get to our closest town. So, yeah, that's not fun. Okay, so back to the topic at hand. Oh, look, pretty. Okay, I get asked a lot, actually, about events and shows and what you need to do and what I suggest and what you need to bring and all of that stuff. My primary suggestion would always be to keep it as simple as you possibly can. You don't want to make it overcomplicated for yourself and overthink it. And I know that I've said a lot about that with fundraising. I think that a lot of consultants, unfortunately, overthink it because it's really not that hard. And if you have questions about fundraising, I have an entire playlist on fundraising, because even when I put a video out that I thought was totally clear and it was made easy and there was no question, people were still questioning. So I'm not really sure what I'm missing as far as what I should be telling you guys. So if you are interested in learning about fundraising, I'm going to put a link up here somewhere for you to go to my playlist and you can learn about it there. All right, so events and shows. Events and shows are actually really good because, like a fundraiser, it gets you in front of people that you wouldn't normally get in front of. And so your potential for sales, hostessing, and recruiting increases exponentially. So I suggest that you do events and shows if you have the ability to do that. You know, it's funny because I always tell people I don't really have the opportunity to do many events and shows. We don't have big events and shows up here like some of you guys down in the lower part of the States or even in the West Coast. You know, so I don't have the opportunity to, or I don't have the need to purchase large quantities of inventory that I can, you know, have a trailer for and keep all of my inventory in the trailer and bring it to the events and shows. I don't have that scope of events and shows around here. However, I've done a lot of communicating with people that do, besides the shows and events that I do myself. So, one, keep it simple. Not just simple for your setup, but simple in your head. And honestly, the amount of inventory that you need to keep, okay, so this would be 2. The amount of inventory that you need to have is going to be based on the foot traffic of the event. So let's say you're paying $250 for your rental space for this particular event. First, business-wise, you need to make sure that that amount of money is made back first. You got to pay yourself back for the amount that you invested into the event before you can think about your profits, right? So looking at that $250, you need to make sure that that includes some kind of marketing, because you're going to need to have enough foot traffic meaning people attending the event. Foot traffic means people coming by your booth. You're going to need to have enough foot traffic to pay you back that $250 and to profit. Typically, when they charge you a little bit higher of an amount, it's because there's a lot of marketing involved. You know, whether they do TV spots, radio spots, flyers. You know, a lot of people now are doing Facebook promoting, which is perfect. You know, some are including themselves in the local papers and that sort of thing. So, and all of that costs money. So the money that you're paying is not only for your booth rental, but it's to go towards that advertising effort, the marketing effort, and the people that are going to be running the event on the day of. So you want to make sure that your inventory matches the foot traffic, because if you are too little, you're going to run out of product. And granted, you can place orders, but people like to buy on the spot. It's just, I mean, it's cash and carry is something that people like to do when they go to events, because that's what their mind has told them, that they're going shopping and that they're going to bring something home. So, I mean, primarily people want to do cash and carry, but you're going to have a lot of people that also want to order because they may want something specialized. They may want something specific that you don't have on the table, and so that happens too. Now, with that being said, I want to share a side note. I have done many events that it was only ordering. And a lot of that was at the beginning when I first started with my business, because I didn't have a lot of inventory and I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity of going to that event and getting my name out there as a new business. So, and were those successful? Yeah, they were successful. So, I mean, it depends on how you present it. It depends on how you introduce it to your customers. If you have somebody that comes to your table and you have very little inventory on your table and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't have anything here, you know, for you to buy, or my, you know, I just started, I don't have a lot of inventory. If you come out of the gate with excuses as to why you don't have any inventory, then that's what they're going to run with. But if you approach them, or if they come to you at your table and you right out of the gate are, oh, I just started this new business, I can order whatever you want, I have all of the testers, I have all the samples, you can see everything in my catalog, and whatever you want, I will get it to you and I'll ship it to you directly. That way you don't even have to carry it around with you today. And I mean, really, there's a big difference, right? It's all in how you present things. You know, your influence is a lot more than you know. And that's a whole totally different video I just almost went on, because it is another video. I mean, what you provide for information is very influential to people. It sets their tone, it sets their mindset, so your tone sets their tone. Okay, so be looking for a video about that, right? All right, so we're looking at simplicity, we're looking at inventory levels, we're looking at types of products. Types of products are primarily quick fixers. So like in Scentsy, light bulbs. Light bulbs are huge sellers because people need them. And instead of wanting to wait to place an order to get a light bulb, or to find their consultant to get a light bulb, a lot of people want to pick up light bulbs right at an event. So that's huge. The other thing for us, for Scentsy, is bars. It's a consumable. It's something that they use up, it goes away, they need to get more. And just like at a grocery store, it's a consumable. You eat it, it goes away, you need more. So something like that is something that you want to have more of on hand, because they're going to want to pick them up right away, cash and carry. The warmers, you know what, not so much. And I mean, that's totally your call, but I don't stock up a lot on warmers, and I'll tell you why. I like to have a good variety of warmers so that they have an opportunity to see what there is, but there are so many that it's a hit or miss. You know, if you purchase 10 warmers and it just happens to be that that day there is nobody that likes those warmers, then you're kind of stuck with them. You know, do I want to have some on my, yeah, I've got, you know, 4 boxes back here of warmers that I'm going to display that I've collected over time, and I want to sell them. So I will display them today, and I do believe that displaying them makes a big difference. I didn't like doing it at the beginning, and I'll be honest with you, it was a bit lazy. I used to cut a picture and put it on the box. That's perfect for when you can't display all of them. That way you know what the warmer looks like inside the box. Take an old catalog and cut out a picture of it and glue it to the front of the box. But they want to see them, and honestly I would spend most of my day unboxing them so that they could see them anyway. So you're better off to make a display that you can show all the warmers and allow them to see what it looks like. If you can plug them in, even better. So that's specific to Scentsy. Now, you know, other products, if you're watching this video and you don't sell Scentsy, then what is your problem? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But you should be selling Scentsy. No, but if you are selling a different product and it doesn't require what I'm talking about, like plugs or outlets or whatever, you know, display your product though. Be proud of your product. Let them see what it looks like, and be neat with your display. It doesn't have to be extravagant. You don't have to have all kinds of extra little thingies all over the place to make it even above and beyond more beautiful than you probably could make it to keep it simple. You know, because that's the other thing, is you want to make sure that whatever you're creating is duplicatable. It's too early. Because if you potentially have somebody that comes to your booth that wants to join, and they see this unbelievably extravagant display, some may be all for that. Someone like me, not so much. I need to keep stuff simple. If I see that it's over and above what I would do, I'm not interested. I've lost interest almost immediately. So keep it simple, because if you keep it simple, you'll hit everybody. If you go extravagant, you're going to do 50-50. That's my thought. What else? Never stand behind your table. Always stand out into your booth area. Welcome people in. Interact with them. Mingle. Do not ever stand behind your table. I just do not believe that I want to go into somebody's booth and be standing with a table in between us. I just don't. I find that very impersonal. You want to interact with them. You want to have communication with them. You want to share with them what product you have by demoing it, by letting them smell the scents with Scentsy, by letting them touch and feel the quality of the warmers. I mean, you can't do that from behind a table. And if you do, you're constantly just going to be stretching all the time. And it's just, I don't know. Always stand in front of your table. Also, don't sit. You can take breaks, you can sit down, but don't greet somebody from the chair, because they will not come in to your booth. Be out there. Be inviting. Be talkative. Be happy about what you're doing, you know. And if you're sitting there playing on your phone, you're going to lose a lot of business, because they're going to walk right on by. Okay? So stand in front of your table, be inviting, and you know, have some conversations with people, even if it has nothing to do with your booth. If you start having a conversation with somebody that's walking by, more than likely they might come in. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. So, those are my tips for events. I am by all means not a pro at doing events. However, I feel that I am a pro because I keep them simple enough that they are always successful. I have very successful events for all of those points that I just mentioned to you. And the two biggest ones are keeping it simple and being friendly and outgoing when you're there. Everything else can get taken care of, whether it's product, ordering, having it there, doing your displays. The two biggest things is keeping it simple and being friendly. Okay? So I'm off to do an event today. Actually, like I was mentioning early, it is a fundraiser. However, it's different. I get to keep all of my profits for my sales because I am paying for the table. And the table fee is actually going towards the fundraiser. So that's a pretty cool event. I like those. However, I am the type of person, I probably will give a percentage of my sales along with my table fee to the fundraiser. They are trying to earn funds to put in a new playground at the elementary school. So go find some fundraisers, go find some events. By the way, the best place to find events is online or through your Chamber of Commerce. That was just a golden nugget. So hopefully you stayed to the end and heard that. All right, guys, go and have an amazing day. Even better, go and make it an amazing day for somebody else. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.